Hello.
इसी का करना है ना, बंद कर दो और करना बंद करोगे तो लाइट अच्छा होगा। हाँ बंद कर दो। हाँ बस 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 हो गया हो गया। ये ना ब्लू वाले को थोड़ा सा दबा दो क्योंकि उधर से लाइट बहुत आ रहा है। ब्लू वाले को दबाओ। हाँ हाँ उधर से वो ठीक।
Hello, good evening. So I'm back again with today's live session. And today again I'm back with a new landscape which we'll be drawing today. So today, as I have already shared in my thumbnail, I'll be showing the difference of seasons. So how the nature gets changed over the period of seasons. So basically there are four seasons, as you all kids must be aware. Do you know what are they? Winter, spring, summer, autumn. But today I'll be drawing three. So for three important, seasons when the nature really looks very, very beautiful and very vibrant. So one is spring, when the trees are laden with beautiful flowers and leaves. And then it's autumn when, the leaves are about to dry and, it's just getting ready for the fall. So that is the second one which we'll be drawing. And the third one which will be drawing will be the winter trees. So we'll be showing you the three distinct seasons and three distinct difference of trees. Hello, Johan. I'm glad to have you here. I hope you enjoy the class today. So yeah, keep watching. So and I hope you all are ready with the materials required. So the first material which is required is you need to have a A4 size paper. So I'm having a handmade paper sketchbook which is A4 size. So and it's very suitable for your watercolor. And you also need to have watercolor. I mean, you can have tube watercolors or you can also have cake. I'm just using watercolor cake, which is easily available on the stores. You can have it. And I also shared the link how to buy it from Amazon. Link is there on my description box. In my most of the videos, you will find it. And you also require brushes. As I told, you need a flat brush and you require round brushes number 8, 10, 4, and I have number 1, which is for thinner and fine lines. So these are the basic brushes which you need to have. And going forward, like when you start getting used to brushes, you will see artists changing brushes. They don't change brushes, I mean, so often they just use, they're so used to with one single brush, then they can draw all the thick and the thin strokes with the same brushes. So it will take time for us to reach to that level, but I'm sure you will reach there someday. And you also require like a rough cloth. It's the dirty one. A rough cloth or a tissue just to wipe your brushes in between, because watercolor technique is all about controlling water in your brush and the paper, and most of the work in watercolor is done while the paper is wet. So because blending is easier when the paper is wet, once it dries up, it gets difficult to to blend something in watercolor. So and which is, I mean, if you talk about acrylic or poster color, you can do as much coating you want to, and you can redo things, but not in watercolor. So that's why it's very important to control water. So I always recommend people to have a rough cloth or a tissue so that you can control water. If you have more water or you want less water, you can just use it in between. And you also require masking tape, which is very, very much required, because and especially for today's class, it's very much required because we will be separating out the three seasons by using masking tape. So for the first step, I will ask you all to use, if you have the A4 size paper handy with you, take the masking tape and divide your paper into three halves. So my paper was 30 centimeter. So I divided into almost 10, 10, 10. I mean, 9.5, you can say, because the masking tape also took a centimeter in between. So you just measure it. It was like 9, 9, 9, 27 for me. So just divide it and put the masking tape in two in center and two, one in the top and one in the bottom. So this is going to, give you a nice finish and a good outline for your watercolor painting. So this is the first step, and I'll ask you all to get ready with this. So once it is ready, we'll start painting, and I will set my camera to a mode where you can have a closer look of my painting while I paint. And also after the class, you will be getting a detailed video of what I'm doing right now, so that you can get a much more focused view of the same thing, and you can watch that later to correct something, or you want to redo something. You can watch that video again. So I do record that also, so you'll be getting that as well. So once it's ready, we'll start, today's class. And for today's painting, there's not I mean, you don't require much of drawing here. It's just a basic drawing which we'll be doing just for the separation between sky and land, and a small trees which will be drawing. So basically what I'll do is, I'll be drawing the same tree in the three different sides, so that you will see the difference of nature, how it turns beautiful in spring, and then much more beautiful in autumn, and then in winter when the leaves fall off, how does it look like. So it will be the same, same same structures, but just the colors of the background, and the trees and the leaves will change a bit, so that you can differentiate between the seasons change. So I'll start with the drawing now. I hope you all are ready with the masking tape done and in place. So, okay, let me set my camera to the drawing mode. Is it visible to you? Yeah, I think it's visible. And do not worry, I keep showing my paper in between. Let me grab a pencil. So, for the first step, I'll just tell you how to divide. I mean, if this is your portion where you want to draw a tree, I'll tell you to keep one third of the portion as land, and the rest will be used for sky. So just one third of the portion, you just have to take your pencil and then just draw just a line here, just a random line, because land is never, never, never very even. Sorry. So, okay. And for the trees, you can just draw a trunk and keep it ready. So what I have drawn is nothing but just a simple land and just a line for the trunk. The drawing is not very prominent now, because I don't want to, because you'll not be able to erase it. So I don't draw very deep lines on paper, because I want my watercolor, mm, scene landscape to look beautiful. So I don't you don't have to force your pencil on the paper. Just take a light do a light sketch of a tree trunk and just a separation on the land, and that will help you to color. So once you're ready with this, we'll start coloring. So our first one from the left will be for spring. Our center will be autumn, and our to the right hand side will be the winter. Okay, so let's start drawing first, and I'll keep telling you what colors I take and which color to take when get back to that mode. Okay, so okay, so the first step is to take a thicker brush. So my brush number 10, and I'll take water on my brush, and I'll just let's do the sky first. So I'll take the water, and to my sky portion I'll just dab that water gently on the paper. Make sure that you don't take too much of water, just a gentle amount of water, and then just moist the paper. And we are drawing the first one, the left hand side, which is for spring. And you remember, kids, during the spring, you always see the sky is almost blue with certain, yellowish, I mean, yellowish, I mean, shade during the day. So I'll just take a light lemon yellow on my brush, and I will gently take it and put it here. Huh? So it's lemon yellow and slight of cadmium yellow, and then I will just dab it. And immediately, while my paper is wet, I'll take more water on my brush and bit of light blue, and then and try to mix it. So I'm going from down to up. I'm not, while I'm using a brush, I'm not taking my brush, and just merging it, because if I merge this blue and white all together, it's going to turn green, and I don't want my paper to get green. So it's like I'm taking the yellow and merging towards blue. So it's like invert, it's like an outward move from the yellow to blue. So this is my first shade. So I've kept it light. Okay. It's almost just watery thing. So I'll take next color, which I take from the palette, is Cobalt Blue and a bit of Persian Blue. So let me show you what is Cobalt Blue. So this color is Cobalt Blue and this is Persian Blue. So I'll just mix both and slightly take water on my brush also, and then slightly take some dab. Are you able to see? Okay, so my first sky is ready. Let's quickly work on the second sky. So similarly, I will take my water and wet the paper. And kids, when it is winter, when it is spring, So our spring sky is almost ready. So it's done. It just has blue and bit of yellow in the bottom. And let it dry before we draw the tree. And I've kept the land area, dry. We'll do the land later. So let's work on the second sky, which is for autumn. And in autumn, I will say let's take something because autumn, leaves are also almost, orangish and brown. You see a lot of brown and orange color in the sky. So I will try to take, cadmium yellow in the bottom here, and then slowly, gradually, as I go up, I will take permanent orange from the palette, permanent orange, and mix it with some cadmium and take it on the top, permanent orange and cadmium in the top. And I'll try to merge it. Remember to keep the shades, lighter, because sky looks good when it is lighter, because we don't want to make the sky prominent, but we want the trees to be more prominent than the sky. Okay, so we'll just slightly blend it. So if you see right now, it's just we are drawing a just merging the colors and keeping our background ready so that we draw our trees after it. So our two skies are ready. So this is our spring sky, this is our autumn sky, and we'll be drawing our winter sky. So for the winter sky, in winter the days are a bit gloomy. It's a bit gloomy. It's dark outside, and you don't see sun. So you don't obviously you will not have shades of yellow. You do have sun sometimes, but the one which I'm drawing today is the darker one. So I will just make use of blue here, and and it will be a snowy day. So my land here over here will be white, so I'll be keeping that as white. So I'll take blue. So I'm taking cobalt blue, and I'll merge it with Persian blue so that it gives a nice darker shade the sky. And I'll just blend it. There's no hard and fast rule for making the sky. Sky has to look natural, and the natural, texture of sky is always in form of blobs and bubbles. So it's never very uniform. So you don't have to take your brush and do a flat move. You can do a circular moves in the sky, because if you see the cloud or the sky, it's never very uniform. It is uniform sometimes, but not always. So I'll be just, it's very easier to make a sky. So this is how I blend to give it a nice natural texture of the cloud. So you can see the difference of cloud which I have, like difference of the sky which I have. This is for the winter, this is for the autumn, and this is for the spring. So my sky is ready for my three seasons. Now we will be doing the first coat for our land. Oh yeah, I can come closer. Let me set my okay. Now it's a bit better view. And you will get a detailed video later, so do not worry about it. Now let's draw the land. So for the spring land, I will take some green. I'll take some sap green mixed with brown. Now is it a better view? So it is sap green and brown. I'm just drawing like a line and taking it down. Then you need to take some ochre yellow. So ochre yellow in your palette is this one. So this is ochre yellow. I'll be taking a bit of ochre yellow brown and then merge it. So in between, do not forget to, wipe your brushes. So this is my first land which I have drawn here. So this has got a bit of blend of brown and ochre yellow in the bottom. Then I have sap green and brown. And then I've got green mixed with light brown and just made three layers and I've blended it. So this is your first ground. For the autumn one, I'll be using brown and black because I want the background to look a bit darker. So just take brown first and then I'll be taking brown and black, mix it. You can also use color plate to mix the colors. I mean, I'm used to of doing and mixing it on my color. Yeah. So this will be my second ground. And also take some more black and bit more brown and we'll try to just do the third layer of my ground somewhere here, just random line here and there. Okay, it's my third ground and my winter one will be white. I'll just keep it white and just take some more white and just I'm not covering the white which is there naturally in the paper. I'll just try to keep the white as is. I'll just take a bit of white and then just yeah. So I'm ready with the sky and my ground. They're ready. So before and my paper is almost dry for and it's good to paint the trees now. So I'll start drawing my spring tree first. So I'll be taking dark brown and black, mix it together. Hello Ajay ji, hello Rika. Now start, from the trunk. You need to start from the trunk and draw the branches. And for tree, always remember that the trunk is broader than the branches on the top. So always remember that. So when we start drawing, take your brush from the bottom, keep it here, and then slowly drag it to the top and make it thin. Okay, so you can draw like, yeah. So I'll just draw, basic two lines, because others, other branches and all will be drawn later. Once I complete my leaves and all, then I'll complete it. Yeah. So I've just drawn this much. And then I'll start, I'll start drawing my tree. So for the spring tree, I'll take some light green and dark green mixed together. And then I'll just draw a bit of, blobs here and there for leaves. And also for spring tree, you need to use a lot of pink, because cherry blossom is pink. So and I in the watercolor technique, you always go from light to dark shade. So I'll take pink, and it has to go like multiple dots together with a certain gap in between. So I'm taking pink. I'm keeping some space also in between. And you don't have to cover the entire space. Hmm. And I'll take some crimson red, and then just some cherry blossom, too many flowers together. Yeah. Till the tree dries and I do my second layer. Meanwhile, I'll take just some green, viridian green. This is viridian green, dark one. Some this green, and I'll try to draw grasses. So I'll take this and I'll just draw random grasses here and there. I'm using my flat brush to, draw the sky, to draw the grasses. You can also use, and then I'll draw I'm drawing the grasses now. Yeah, take it. So this is how my spring look will look like. And then I'll also be drawing flowers. So you must have seen the land has multiple flowers. You'll see daffodils and you know other flowers which blooms during the spring. So I'll take some cadmium yellow and lemon yellow. And for the flowers, you just need to put some dots here because these are little small flowers and they are not very prominent in shape. So you'll be just drawing, some blobs of yellow here and there, just dots for the flowers. Yeah. So meanwhile, I'll also take some crimson, more of crimson red and brown, crimson red because I want the darker flowers also to appear. So I'm doing my third layer for the spring trees. So I'll take this and the darker shades will just go on the bottom side of it, the bottom one here. Yeah. So my this is the lighter shade and this is the darker shades are here in the bottom. Yeah. Yeah. So we are done with the spring look. If you can see closely, let me show this. So we have made spring flowers, which is red. Later when it dries, you can take some white color and put some white dots for the light shade. Our tree is ready. We also need to do some branches here and there because we did not draw all the branches in the first go. We'll still go take some black and brown in my palette, and then because these branches are not, I mean, all the branches will not be seen, so just some lines, and as you go towards the top, it will be thicker in between, and it will not be continuous lines, just like this. Somewhere where places where there is not too many flowers, you can just draw some random line And also, if the tree trunk has dried, you can redo the trunk with a darker shade. Uh-huh. Also, take some green and towards the bottom, I'll just try to. So this is how my spring look looks like. So once it dries, you will see how beautiful it will look. So let's move to the next season, which is our autumn. And for the autumn, as you all know, the shades are brown, red, yellow, and bit of orange. And I will recommend to go from the light to the darker shade. So let's take cadmium yellow and permanent orange mixed together and just draw similar way. We'll just draw some blobs of leaves. Permanent orange, cadmium yellow. And we'll keep some space between, the sky and the tree because I want some leaves to fall and I want to capture that also in my picture. So I'll keep some portion empty. So my first layer of permanent orange and cadmium yellow is done. This is a light shade which is almost similar to your sky. So gradually we'll go from light to darker shade. Now let's move to scarlet red. So this is scarlet red and bit of crimson red mixed together. Okay, I'll mix scarlet red and crimson red and do some more dots here. These are dots, and you need to give it a texture of a leaf. So you don't have to join all the dots, but just keep some space in between so that it looks like leaves. Yeah. And after this, I'll take my brown and a mix of black, more of brown, less of black, and I'll try to brown and red together, scarlet red together. Also make some leaves to fall. So in my ground also I'll have some yellow leaves falling. Just a few of them because I want to show the fall. And also take some yellow and orange and put in between. You want to make it lighter. And the paper is wet now and it's good to work now on it, because if it dries, we will not be able to blend it. Easier to blend now. We'll let it dry before we draw our branches. And in the bottom, we can take more of black and brown and do the second coating of the ground, because it has dried. Make it look a bit darker here. Some more brown. Yeah, to mix it. And it looks nice and beautiful. Yeah. And for this, you can take, because most of the grasses and other shrubs are drying during autumn, so we can take just black and bit of brown and then just draw some grasses here, which is like a darker shade, and then draw some fine lines here. The things are drying out. Some more brown and orange mixed together. Of course. Yeah. And once it will dry, we'll draw the branches also. We'll take more of black and little of brown together, and we'll draw the branches. And in the same way, similar fashion, as you go inward in the tree, your branches are not very, very visible. So you just draw random lines in between, and as you go outward, it gets thinner. So this is how your autumn tree look like, and this is the ground. You will get much more clear view once we remove the masking tape. You will have a clear and a better view. So for it's time to draw a winter tree. So winter tree, you don't have leaves, it's just branches. And remember, the branches have to go from thick to thin. So in the bottom it will be thicker, and when you go to the top it will be thinner. It has to go get thinner once you reach towards the top, and we'll be just drawing random. If you must have seen a winter tree look like, it's just some. I mean, the branches are not very joined together. Let me draw and I'll show it to you, and I'll give you all some time to draw it. And do not worry, I'll be sharing the complete video and a focused one which I'm recording. So you will be getting that too. So do not worry about it. Just try to follow as much as you can now, and then later you can watch that video and complete your painting. So do not worry about it. And how to make the winter tree look more beautiful. It will be beautiful if we draw a little snowman there. So if you draw a little snowman in the base, it will look much more beautiful. So let's draw a snowman. Do you know how a snowman looks like? It's white. Obviously, it's white. So let's draw a cute snowman there in the bottom here in this corner. So let me just get some more white color and I'll draw it. Okay, have it handy. Yeah. So I'll take some white color. I'm using, the tube one because tube one is better to work when it comes to white color. I will always use the tube color because that has got much more better consistency than the cake one, because in cake one you need to mix a lot of water, and I don't want to take a lot of water now. So I'll take white color from the palette. I think it's visible now. So, and I'll try to draw a little tiny snowman here. So snowman is just, a round, smaller circle, and then a bigger circle with a bigger belly. Yeah, okay. And I will let it dry. Let it dry. So once the snowman dry, I will draw the his hat and everything, because now if I start drawing the color will merge, it won't look beautiful. So meanwhile, let's take some white and put some blob here in your spring one, because I wanted my spring laden tree, flower laden tree, look more beautiful. So I'll take some white and fix it on, the top side of it. Yeah, it will look beautiful. In between pink, you can just take certain dots of white and put it. You can also take some white and pink together and also start putting just below the white dots which you have placed now, so that it looks more beautiful. I just love cherry blossom. I don't know what you guys, but my favorite is the spring season, because I just love the colors of nature when it is spring, and the entire nature is covered with different kinds of flowers, and it looks so beautiful. You will have certain trees with purple flowers, some trees with pink cherry blossom, some with white cherry blossom, and it looks amazing. Yes, so doesn't it look beautiful? Yes, it does. And this was one my darker one, so let's take some more black and brown and do some more leaves in dark. I want to have the dark texture here. I hope you must be enjoying this. Uh, my snowman is slightly dry now, and I can draw his hat. So let's take some black and draw his hat. Okay. Okay. take some brown and black and make his. I think it's not dry. Let's wait for some more time. It hasn't dried. And because it's a snowy tree, so I'll take a light, slight white color and then just near the branches, I'll just put some white strokes also so that the tree looks natural. Let this dry. So this is how it looks like right now. I'll let it dry for some time till it's actually the white color which you use sometimes it has to dry, because if it doesn't dry you'll not be able to draw the buttons for the snowman. So you have to wait for the color to dry. Mm. I hope you guys are enjoying and following the session today. Let me bring it close to you so that you can just have a look till the time it's drying. And you can see it's still wet here. So I just want this to dry. It's still wet. I want it to dry. So this is how it's looking. So you're seeing the flowers here. So they're not very prominent, just a shade of yellow which is getting merged to the grasses below. And the tree is so beautiful. And this is the autumn season's tree, and where I'm showing some leaves falling down. And this is the winter one where you have a nice blend of white sky patch there. And see, the sky is looking so beautiful once it's done. And for the land, I'm just taking that white, and you must be wondering what is this brown color here. So this brown is nothing but when I was merging the trunk of the tree, I took the white and tried to scrape the brown out of the tree, and then I just merged it with my empty brush and merged it with the base to make my ground look beautiful. It's white and it's a blend of brown, the same one which I took from tree. I did not take brown separately, and I just tried to merge it. So once it will dry, we'll draw the buttons of the snowman. Once the snowman will be ready, our painting will be ready. So I can take. I'm taking easy things on my classes because I want to. I also have kids in my session, so there are 7 kids. So I want to keep the class very simple so that even they can follow and they can enjoy painting. And I keep. So it's time to draw the buttons. Yeah, 3 buttons. Isn't he looking cute? He is looking cute. Let's wait for some more time. It hasn't dried yet, and I want it to dry completely so that it doesn't spread, because if it spreads it won't look beautiful. Draw the eye, tiny eye. This moment. Yeah. Isn't he looking cute? He's looking cute. And then I'll take some orange and then make his bow look like this. Wow. Tied with a knot. And I will take some red and orange and do his nose done. It's like, yeah. Isn't he looks cute? He looks cute. Hmm. So this is how it will look like. And now it's time to remove the masking tape and see the magic. So do not worry about the detailed video. I have shooted that also. So you'll be getting that too. So before I, remove my masking tape, it's always better to clean your desk so that you don't accidentally make that water fall on your, you know, artwork. And let's remove gently, take the corners of the masking tape and gently remove it outward. You have to pull it outward, kids. Never, pull the masking tape on that side because it might take off your paper. So always take it to the other end and pull it out so that it doesn't remove the paper there. Let's do the second one in the top. Let's remove it. Yeah. So gently just remove it. Yes. Okay. And let's remove the center one also. For the center one, be very careful. Do it very slowly because I don't want to take off the paper. So the better way is to pull it and roll it and then gently remove the paper. Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you know what? You can use the same three concept of three seasons and make beautiful, bookmarks. So you can also use the same thing for the bookmarks also. Bookmark will also look very beautiful if you draw the season wise, drawing. So see how beautiful it looks like? Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, see how beautiful it looks like. Look at the snowman. Look at the autumn and our spring. So you could have drawn these three in, you can also, if it is a thinner strips of paper, you can also, cut this out and use it as a bookmark. So it will be good if you can use it as a bookmark too. So I can also take a class someday to make some beautiful and easy to make bookmarks. And I always prefer keeping, my crafted bookmarks because that is something very, gives a very emotional touch to the bookmarks which are handmade. And I always make beautiful handmade bookmarks for my friends and relatives. So I can take my next class for the bookmarks also. So it looks very beautiful to make some thinner strips of bookmark. So and you can use it as a bookmark or as a greeting card. It looks beautiful, isn't it? I hope you all enjoyed the class today. So this was a simple and beautiful painting which I wanted all of you to draw with me. See how beautiful it looks like. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed my class and do not worry about the detailed video. The focused video of the same thing will be live in an hour or so. So I'll edit it and I'll put that also on my channel. And keep subscribing. Do subscribe my channel and keep watching the videos which I upload. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and if you like the video, you can subscribe to my channel. And I keep doing this live classes twice a week. So one is on Saturday and the other will be on Monday evening. So the timing for Saturday classes is always 5:30 to 6:30, and Monday classes are 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. IST time. So those are the two live classes which I take, and in between the weeks you will get one or two videos of mine, which is the artwork which I do. I can also share. I'm excited to show what I did. I've been 2 days back for the canvas. I can take canvas classes also, but taking a class for canvas will take longer because it takes more than 2 to 3 hours to work. So this was my latest video which I uploaded last night. So this was done due for Ganpati, and this is the other one. This is an abstract forest. So these are the canvases which I made recently. So you'll get, the video for step by step method way of, making painting this beautiful canvases in my YouTube channel. So you can follow those videos and paint it yourself. It's very much self-explanatory. You can follow the video and do it on your own. So yeah, I would like to bid you all bye bye and have a great day. Have a great weekend. And I hope you all enjoyed painting this with me. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Thank you, everyone.